Welcome to Pokénomics, game theory explained through Pokemon. Game theory is strategic interaction between rational actors, rational meaning perfectly self-interested, or benefit maximizing. Game theory is talking about the actions of econs, or perfectly rational people, which usually ends up meaning robots. Now, game theory tells us what we should do, not what we will do. This is why I chose Pokemon. Pokemon is a deterministic game, so your choices are what matters. There's very little randomness and very little uncontrollable things that happen, which is why it encourages us to act in a rational way to play through the game. This series will cover the highlights of Pokémon Platinum and use them to explain topics like strategy, opportunity cost, and the Nash equilibrium. So, let's head straight into the action. Let's start where Renegade Blithey starts in the settings menu. I change my battle style to set, and decide I need to go talk to my neighbor, Barry. Now, being in battle style set mode means that after I KO an opposing Pokemon, I do not get the opportunity to switch to one of my other party members. Now, Barry desperately wants to get a Pokemon from the Professor, and after a bit of a delay, I go ahead and join him. Now, the Professor will offer us a choice of 3 starters, Turtwig, Chimchar, and Piplup. Now, Chimchar evolves into Infernape, a great firefighting Pokemon that learns Close Combat, a 120 base power move. Also, Fire type is quite rare in this region, and so naturally, I don't choose Chimchar. I choose Piplup. I just like Piplup so much more, and since as I've established, this game is quite easy. I can run it with pretty much anything I want to. Now, after we receive our starters, Barry, with the Turtwig, decides to initiate a battle. Now, I've talked about strategy before, so let's talk about my strategy in this battle. My strategy is to match him move for move. So whenever he uses Withdraw, I will use Growl, and whenever he uses Tackle, I will use Pound. Now, in this game, Pound is 40 base power, and Tackle is only 35 base power. This means that my Pounds will be stronger than his Tackles, and so if I match him move for move, I should always win this battle. That is why I decided on my strategy. So, after you go through the battle, you will see every time he uses Tackle, when I choose my move in the next turn, I choose Pound and hit him back. And every time he chooses Withdraw, the next turn, I will choose Growl. So, you can watch as this battle plays out. This is probably the longest battle that we'll have until the next time we fight Barry, as it happens. The strategy I'm using here is called Tit for Tat, and you can see the payoff grid for it now. Because I always match the opponent move for move, the options for Growl Tackle being bottom left, and Pound Withdraw being top right, never happen. And so in every interaction, I come out 5 points ahead or 1 point behind. Because the Growl Withdraw option only works 6 times, eventually the AI and I will have to converge on Pound Tackle, and I will inevitably win the battle. Alrighty, and as expected, the battle plays out, and I win. This gives us our first opportunity to take a look at our pivotal stats. After he levels up to 6, you can see that he has pretty good stats all around. His attack is a bit high, which was at least helpful in this battle, and helpful in a couple of coming ones as well. Now, Barry decides that we need to head to the lake, because he'd like to start off by catching a legendary Pokemon to help appease the Professor. And as we enter the lake, we see a clearly evil man talking about how he wants to take control of the universe and capture the legendary Pokemon in the lake. But let's just ignore all that. It's probably not that important. Anyway, let's go talk to the Professor. As you meet the Professor, he talks about how important our journey will be, and he gives us the opportunity to name our starter. Naturally, after taking a look at our Mudkip, he decides that it was quite happy and he should stay with us. So after discovering that our Mudkip was actually misnamed in the Pokeball, we go fix that nickname and head off on our adventure in earnest.